Hey guys, it's Tyler from Steambow. We're here in the bunker today doing an unboxing and assembly of one of our more unique products, the Survival Bundle. Now, what makes this Survival Bundle unique is after the initial assembly that I'm about to show you today, you can actually take it out and assemble it wherever you are in about 30 seconds and vice versa, putting it back in the bag. So this is something that you throw into the back seat of your truck. And if ever you run into a scary situation where you need to hunt your dinner or defend your car, defend your family, this is something you take out, put together real quick, and you have a 150-pound limb crossbow to defend yourself, or like I said, shoot your dinner. So let's go right into what actually all comes included with this bundle. Starting right off, we have our AR Stinger 2 lower, as well as the stock, already with the single shot system attached to it. It's going to come with our pre-strung, strongest 150-pound limb, a foot stirrup here. It's also going to come with our 4x32 hunting scope, as well as a K2 knife, 6 of our longer bolts here, and those are going to be accompanied by 3 broadheads and 3 field tips to go on top of them. And then you have a bag here of just an extra string, some spare parts, and some tools to put it together, as well as a restringing aid. So let's get right into it. All right, guys. So first things I like to do when putting together our survival bundle is just get the main body together. And so to do that, I'm going to grab our lower and upper here, as well as our stock, and attach these together. It's super easy. As you can see on the stock here, there's a little notch, and that is going to slide in here and hook onto a metal bar in there. And you'll feel it once it's hooked there. You're going to push it up like that, and that is installed. The second thing we're going to do is install this limb. But first things first, we have to remove this little plastic spacer that's in there. Sometimes it can be stuck in there pretty well, but I've found the easiest way to remove it is grabbing a screwdriver of some sort, putting it through there, kind of just wedging it out like that. You will not need this, so you can go ahead and throw this away when you're done with it. The next step is there will be a little screw. If you guys are familiar with our compact bow, it's the same exact screw as that one, but we're going to actually remove it when we are using the survival bundle here. Grab the wrong size wrench. So we're just going to go ahead and take that screw fully out, because we will not need it for this build whatsoever. Perfect. Got that down there. Then with our 150-pound limb, we're going to slide it into where that insert was, but making sure that you get your strings behind these limb dampeners here. Catch them on those limb dampeners, put that in, and then we're going to leave that there for a second. You will notice that that limb's a little wiggly, but to solve that, we are going to install this foot stirrup here. And with this foot stirrup, it's going to screw in with this large screw here that was found in your guys' hardware bag. It's just going to pop in like that. You're going to screw it all the way down there. Perfect. All right, now that limb's nice and tight and we got the first step done, I'm going to go ahead and get into what putting the scope and the knife on looks like. All right, guys, the first thing we're going to put on this survival bundle is our K2 knife. Now, the K2 knife is our more entry-level knife that we have. It will come with everything you see here. And if you order our K1 knife, it'll also come with all the same things. But what it includes is 2 sheaths, a clip to go on any Picatinny rail, as well as a belt clip too. So you can have one of these sheaths on your belt, one of these sheaths on your bow, and have one of our knives wherever you go. The other thing it'll come with is all these hardware here, screws and stuff to install those. Now, we're not going to need one of these sheaths and the belt clip there. We're not going to need those because today we're putting it on our survival bundle. So this is a little bit of a tricky process here, but I will try and show you my best how I do it. First things first, we are going to grab just one of each of these, one little square nut, as well as one of these tiny screws here. And with that square nut, we are going to be sliding it in here and lining it up with this third circle, if you can see that in there. So we're going to slide it in. It's going to line up with that circle there. Now, the hard part is keeping that bolt there, or that nut there. So then we are going to, my next step is, I should have done this first, is I grab actually one of these screws. I get it all ready with our Allen wrench here, and I am going to pre-put it in kind of like that. So then we are going to Let's see here. See, this is the hardest part here, but kind of just take some trial and error of figuring it out, holding it there. I'm actually going to do it this way now. Right now, my finger is holding that nut in place there. All right, I think we might have gotten it there. Okay, we did. Perfect. That is the hardest part there. Now that you got one of them in, this will all stay together. So we're going to grab another square nut here, slide it into that other section, holding it with your finger in place. Go ahead and drop the next screw in that hole and tighten it up. So once you guys got all four of those things in, it might have taken a little bit of time, but the good news is that's the only time you'll have to do that. That is just in the initial assembly, you'll need to put those on, but those could stay on forever. Now, the next part is deciding where you want to put this sheath. First things first, make sure it's pointing outwards, so you're pulling your knife out and not into you. And then just kind of deciding where you want it. If you want it kind of up here, just know that your hand might be stuck on it there. I personally like to get it pretty far out just so it's easier to pull that knife out when it's in there. But it's really all personal preference. Wherever you want to put the sheath, you guys are more than welcome to. And then the spare parts will come with a longer screw and then one circular, well, I guess hexagonal nut. And those are the two that are used for this Picatinny rail. So we'll pop that in there. Tighten that up. Awesome. And then you are one step away from completing this survival bundle. As you can see, I like it right there on the end. Easy to take out there. So let's hop right into what it takes to install the scope. All right, guys, the last thing that you can install in this survival bundle is going to be our 4x32 scope. Now, but keep in mind, this is a Picatinny rail on this, so you don't have to use our scope. If you have a red dot or a different optic back home that you want to install, feel free to do that. Now, in regards to the scope, it's going to come with a lens cloth here, as well as some scope mounts. But other than that, it's a pretty standard scope. So first things first, when installing this, is I'm going to take these mounts here, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this top half. And I do that just by unscrewing these two screws at the top there. Go ahead and do that real quick. Perfect. Now, in regards to install, these will have a bigger screw on the bottom that you just have to loosen up enough that these will clamp on here. Perfect. And then so for this first one, I like to put it pretty far back. And the reason I took those top parts off is so I can actually see. I can measure, okay, that's probably a good spot to tighten it up there. So once I found a spot, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this here, this bottom screw. Perfect. And then once again, I'm gonna test it out here, line it up where I need that second mount to be. Loosen the bottom, find the spot. Perfect. Tighten it up. All right, once you got those in place, I'm going to go ahead and remove this cover here. A couple things to note before installing this is you want to make sure it's pointed the right way. And the easy way to tell that is this logo, Steambow, and the 4x32 should be closest to your head or to your eye, closest to your body when installing it. Another way to check is just take a quick peek through and make sure the things are getting bigger at you, not smaller. We're gonna put that right there. Install this just the same way with those 2 screws. Grab our Allen wrench for this one. Perfect. And all right, folks, you guys have just put together your very own survival bundle. And we kind of spoke about it at the start, but one of the cool things, one of the cool features about this bow is the ability to pack it up and put it together in this bag right here. Let me show you how easy it is to do that. It really will break into 3 main pieces. And those pieces are going to be the stock here. We're going to unscrew, not unscrew, but loosen up this foot stirrup here, just enough till that limb pops out. The limb is the second piece, and then here, this whole body is the third piece. And before I put it into the bag, a little pro tip from Tyler, I'll actually unscrew it enough where I can turn this foot stirrup so it's flat. And I do that, so it's a lot easier. So it just sits a lot better inside this bag. So you pop that in there, pop your limb in here, then you got your stock as well, fits in perfectly. Go ahead and grab your bolts, grab your tips, and you are all ready to go. Like I said, this will fit under the back seat of your truck, anywhere you need it really. Now let's go outside and see how it shoots. All right, guys, now that we got the bow put together, let's talk about cocking this thing. Unlike our other bows, it's more of a traditional crossbow when it comes to cocking it. It's got a foot stirrup here. And for those who aren't familiar, what you do is you put this on the ground and you're going to put your foot through it and manually pull that string up. Now, just note that this is our strongest 150-pound limb. So it's pretty tough to pull it back, but you're more than welcome to throw a lighter limb in here if it's just a little too hard for you. And the last little thing here, when cocking it back, you want to make sure that the bow is on fire. And it has just a little button here on both sides. You'll push it through. If you see the red, know that your bow is on fire. If you push it back, you see the black, it's on safe. So we're going to put it on fire to cock this back. Put it down, put your foot through the stirrup, pull it back just like that. You'll hear it click into place. Now, something that's super important to do right now is put it back on safe while you're putting your arrow in here. You don't want any misfires to happen. That could be pretty bad. So we'll grab our arrow with a field tip here, slide it in just like that. And then once you put it on fire, you are ready to shoot. Let's see what this 150-pound limb can do. Boom. Just like that, guys. Go get yours right now at steambow.com.